talk about Stephanie White, the future to come, and we got to talk Unrivaled because that is fascinating in and of itself.
Stephanie White is back, Caitlyn Clark has arrived, and the Fever aren't just building a team. They're creating something far bigger. Hull's revelations about what's happening behind the scenes hint at a transformation that's bold and unlike anything we've seen before.
So it looked like Lexie Hull opens up about the future of the Indiana Fever under Stephanie.
Was there a moment where it felt like this was finally happening? And again, was there any sort of off-season change? Was there anything that you were doing differently that helped this happen? Or does the ball just start going through the hoop for you?
I think, kind of how you mentioned earlier, just finding the rhythm, finding the confidence in game. Shooting 25 shots in a row in practice is different than getting your 4 looks in a game and not being able to knock them down.
But here's the twist. The pieces are still falling into place.
Where you're being told, I am going to get more of this playing time, more of this opportunity. And does that help feed your confidence as well?
I mean, honestly, I can't really pinpoint a moment. It was, I think, just I was given a chance in the game and I hit a couple early ones and then you get a couple more minutes and you hit another one and you get a couple more minutes. So it wasn't ever like I was told you're going to be playing today, make sure you take advantage of it. It was just, when you're sitting on that bench and you don't know when your number is going to be called, and when it finally is called, just trying to take advantage of it.
And the full picture is more thrilling than anyone could have imagined. So, what exactly is brewing? Let's start with Stephanie White.
Stephanie White coming to town, and somebody who I had the privilege of covering in her last go-round. Which not coincidentally involved the Indiana Fever in the WNBA finals, right? So this is a winner. This is somebody who clearly knows how to take a team where it needs to go. Take me inside sort of what those initial conversations with her have.
She's here to win. White's history speaks for itself, leading Purdue to an NCAA championship, taking the Fever to the WNBA finals, and building a reputation for crafting teams that perform under pressure. This time, though, she's returned with a vision so precise, it borders on revolutionary. She's already laid out a plan for every player, Hull shared, her excitement impossible to miss. For me, it's about becoming a 3-level scorer, dominating in the post, refining my mid-range game, and stretching the floor with threes.
We'll pull what's best out of everybody, and just very excited about the opportunity to learn from her. And obviously she's went to Purdue, played with the Fever, coached with the Fever. So she's a legend in Indianapolis. So excited to have her back and excited to just be able to completely dive in with her. And I think everyone's going to be really bought in, and just excited to see, how she tweaks things and her vision of how we can be better and individually how we first.
But White's blueprint isn't just about making individuals better, it's about making the team unstoppable. Imagine a lineup where every player is a scoring threat. Defenders won't know where to focus. And the result? Chaos for opponents and opportunities for the Fever. And then there's Caitlyn Clark. Her arrival has electrified the WNBA like no rookie has in years. Known for her jaw-dropping shooting range and magnetic playmaking, Clark is already a force to be reckoned with. But Hull revealed a hidden layer to her impact. Clark doesn't just dominate, she elevates everyone around her. When Caitlyn's on the floor, she draws so much attention, Hull explained. That creates openings for the rest of us. Her presence alone changes the way teams play against us. This dynamic is at the core of White's strategy. By leveraging Clark's star power and empowering teammates like Hull to step up, the Fever are creating a system that's as balanced as it is dangerous. But let's not sugarcoat it. Building something this ambitious comes with challenges. Hull opened up about her own struggles in past seasons, where limited minutes and inconsistency made it tough to find her rhythm. Last year's breakout, shooting 47.1% from 3, wasn't an accident. It was the result of resilience and taking advantage of every moment she got. You don't always know when your number will be called, Hull said. But when it is, you've got to be ready. This mindset is exactly what White is instilling across the team. Practices are intense, with every drill designed to mimic game speed situations. Hull describes sessions where players are pushed to their limits, preparing them not just to survive, but to dominate in high-pressure scenarios. White's defense-first philosophy is equally intriguing and risky. The Fever are adopting a system that adapts on the fly, switching defensive schemes mid-possession to confuse opponents. It's a bold approach, but it requires laser focus and trust across the roster. For a young team, this will be their ultimate test. And while the Fever are grinding behind closed doors, the buzz outside is impossible to ignore. Ticket sales have skyrocketed, fans are showing up in droves, and the energy around the team is infectious. Hull shared how moments like the Fever's draft party were packed with fans who weren't just there to watch, they were there to believe. "This isn't just basketball in Indiana, it's part of who we are," Hull said. "The fans make you feel like you're playing for something so much bigger." The Fever aren't just aiming for a playoff run, they're eyeing a championship. Bold? Absolutely. But when you look at the pieces, Clark's star power, White's leadership, and Hull's continued evolution, it's hard not to believe they're onto something special. Hull hinted that this is only the beginning. White isn't just building a team for 2025. She's laying the groundwork for sustained success. Every practice, every strategy session, every moment is part of a larger vision, one that could redefine how the WNBA views dominance. So what does this mean for the Fever's future? It means they're not just here to play, they're here to change the game. With a blend of young talent, veteran leadership, and a community rallying behind them, the Fever are crafting a legacy that could last for decades. But the story isn't finished. As Hull hinted, the most exciting parts are still to come. The Fever are a team in motion, a force gearing up to take the WNBA by storm. The question now is, are you ready to believe? Can the Fever turn their vision into reality? Drop your predictions and stay tuned, because if Hull's words are any indication, this is just the start of an unforgettable journey.